70 million Americans are waking up to the most dangerous winter storm in a decade right now. Are you one of them? In the next 25 minutes, I am going to reveal exactly when this historic storm will hit your city, how much ice and snow is coming, and the 3 critical hours when you absolutely cannot be on the roads. But here is what nobody else is telling you. This is not just one storm. There is a second, potentially bigger system forming in the Gulf right now that could bring catastrophic ice to the south in just 7 days. Stay with me because at the 30-second mark, I am giving you the exact timeline for over 70 cities. And if you comment your location right now, I will personally respond with your specific forecast. Let me show you something shocking. In the last 3 hours alone, Dallas reported 417 car accidents. 417. Kansas City just lost power to 89,000 homes. And in Little Rock, emergency rooms are already at 200% capacity. This is happening right now as you watch this. Here is your first city-by-city forecast. If you are in Houston, Texas, the freezing rain starts in exactly 2 hours from now at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Peak ice accumulation hits between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. today, with 1/4 to 1/2 inch of ice expected. The storm clears by midnight tonight. San Antonio, you have 3 hours before it starts at 9 a.m. Your peak danger window is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. with similar ice amounts. Austin, same timeline as San Antonio. The entire I-35 corridor from San Antonio through Austin to Dallas is about to become a parking lot. Dallas-Fort Worth, you are already in it. The worst is happening right now between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. You will see another heavy band between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. this afternoon. By tonight at 8 p.m., the ice stops, but roads will remain dangerous for 48 hours. Oklahoma City, the heavy snow started at 6 a.m. You are looking at 8 to 12 inches total by tonight at 9 p.m. The heaviest rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour are happening right now through noon. Tulsa, 6 to 10 inches for you with the worst conditions from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. Little Rock, Arkansas, this is critical. You switch from sleet to freezing rain at 10 a.m. this morning. That is when it gets truly dangerous. The ice storm peaks between noon and 6 p.m. with up to 3/4 of an inch of ice. Power outages are inevitable. Memphis, Tennessee, you have the same timeline as Little Rock. Expect major power outages starting this afternoon. Nashville, you are getting a mix. Snow changes to sleet at 11 a.m., then freezing rain by 2 p.m. The heaviest ice accumulation comes between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. tonight. Now let me tell you something that is going to shock you. Knoxville, Tennessee is about to see something meteorologists call thunder ice. That is when you get thunderstorms producing freezing rain. This happens between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. tonight. Imagine thunder and lightning while a 1/2 inch of ice coats everything. Chattanooga gets the same phenomenon between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. This is extremely rare and extremely dangerous. Let me jump to the Carolinas because something unexpected is happening right now. Charlotte, North Carolina, you were supposed to get ice. Instead, you are getting snow. The changeover happened at 6 a.m. and you will see 4 to 7 inches of snow by tonight at 8 p.m. Heaviest snowfall is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. today. Raleigh, Durham, same situation. 3 to 6 inches of snow with peak rates between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Greensboro, Winston-Salem, you are looking at 5 to 9 inches with the heaviest snow from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Here is the plot twist nobody saw coming. The upstate of South Carolina and northeast Georgia maintained such cold air that you are getting pure snow instead of ice. Greenville, Spartanburg, you are seeing 6 to 10 inches of snow. Anderson, South Carolina, same amounts. Athens, Georgia, 4 to 8 inches. Gainesville, Georgia, 5 to 9 inches. The heaviest snow for all of you is happening right now through 1 p.m. today. But Atlanta, you are not so lucky. You start with sleet at 9 a.m., change to freezing rain at 11 a.m., and the ice storm peaks between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. tonight. Expect 1/4 to 1/2 inch of ice and massive power outages across the metro area. Macon, Georgia, you are on the edge. South of Macon stays rain. North of Macon gets ice from noon to 6 p.m. today. Columbus, Georgia, you stay mostly rain with just some freezing drizzle tonight. Let me give you the complete Florida forecast. Tallahassee, you have severe thunderstorms from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. today. Tornado threat is real. Pensacola, Panama City, same severe weather timeline with possible tornadoes from noon to 6 p.m. Jacksonville, strong thunderstorms from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., but no winter weather for you. Gainesville, Florida, Watch for severe storms between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. tonight. Now the big question, what about the Northeast? I am about to give you the most detailed forecast you will hear anywhere. But first, let me tell you about the 320 mark in this video. That is when I reveal the second storm system that could be even worse than this one. Do not skip ahead. You need to understand what is happening right now to prepare for what is coming. Washington, D.C. snow started at 7 a.m. You are looking at 6 to 10 inches total by midnight tonight. The heaviest snow falls between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. today, rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour during that time. Baltimore, same forecast as D.C. Richmond, Virginia, you start with a mix at 8 a.m. but change to all snow by 10 a.m. 4 to 8 inches expected by tonight at 10 p.m. Philadelphia, this is a big one for you. Snow starts at 9 a.m. and gets heavy fast. You are looking at 10 to 14 inches by tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. The peak snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour hit between noon and 10 p.m. tonight. This is a crippling snowstorm for the city. Allentown, Bethlehem, 12 to 16 inches for you with the same timing. Reading, Pennsylvania, 10 to 14 inches. New York City, here is your exact timeline. Snow starts at 10 a.m. in Manhattan. By noon, it is snowing heavily across all 5 boroughs. You will see 8 to 12 inches by tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. The heaviest snow falls between 3 p.m. today and 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. JFK and LaGuardia are already canceling flights. Newark, same forecast. Westchester County, you could see 12 to 16 inches. Connecticut, you are getting hammered. Hartford, 12 to 16 inches of snow. New Haven, 10 to 14 inches. Bridgeport, 8 to 12 inches. The snow starts between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. statewide and continues through tomorrow morning. Long Island, 8 to 12 inches for most areas, with higher amounts on the eastern end reaching 14 inches. Boston, Massachusetts, this is a classic nor'easter for you. Snow starts at 11 a.m. and becomes heavy by 1 p.m. You are looking at 14 to 18 inches by tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Yes, this is a 24-hour plus snow event for you. The heaviest rates of 3 to 4 inches per hour hit tonight between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. tomorrow. Worcester, 16 to 20 inches. Springfield, 12 to 16 inches. Cape Cod, 10 to 14 inches. Providence, Rhode Island, 14 to 18 inches with the same timeline as Boston. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 12 to 16 inches. Concord, New Hampshire, 10 to 14 inches. Portland, Maine, 8 to 12 inches with snow starting at 1 p.m. today and continuing through tomorrow evening. Let me go back and cover some cities I missed. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you are getting 6 to 10 inches of snow starting at 8 a.m. and ending by midnight tonight. Peak snowfall between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Cleveland, Ohio, lake effect adds to this storm. You are looking at 8 to 12 inches from the main storm plus another 4 to 8 inches from lake effect tomorrow. Columbus, Ohio, 4 to 8 inches with snow from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. today. Buffalo, New York, you are a special case. The main storm gives you 6 to 10 inches today, then lake effect cranks up tomorrow and could dump another 12 to 20 inches through Tuesday. Rochester, similar setup with 6 to 10 today and 8 to 16 tomorrow from lake effect. Syracuse, 10 to 14 inches from the main storm plus lake effect enhancement. Now, I need to talk about the extreme cold coming behind this storm. This is the part that is going to catch people off guard. Chicago, you are not in this storm, but here is what you need to know. By tomorrow night, temperatures drop to 5 below zero. Wind chills reach 25 below zero. Detroit, you hit 0 degrees with wind chills of 20 below. Indianapolis, you drop to 3 degrees with wind chills of 15 below. Minneapolis, you are going to negative 12 degrees with wind chills hitting 40 below zero. This is life-threatening cold. Omaha, negative 5 degrees with wind chills of 30 below. Des Moines, negative 8 degrees with wind chills of 32 below. This Arctic air mass is going to sit and not move for 5 days. Let me give you some cities in the mid-south that need specific timing. Paducah, Kentucky, you are getting 4 to 8 inches of snow from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. today. Bowling Green, Kentucky, 3 to 7 inches from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Evansville, Indiana, 2 to 6 inches from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Louisville, Kentucky, you are in a tight gradient. North side of the city could see 6 inches while the south side sees 2 inches. Snow falls from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. today. Lexington, Kentucky, 4 to 8 inches of snow from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Cincinnati, Ohio, you are on the northern edge. 2 to 6 inches expected from 10 a.m. to midnight tonight. Huntington, West Virginia, 6 to 10 inches from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. today. Charleston, West Virginia, 8 to 12 inches from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Now, are you ready for this? At the 5-minute mark, I promise to tell you something critical. Here it is. The National Weather Service has already issued a winter weather outlook for next weekend, February 1st and 2nd. And they are showing significant winter weather potential for the exact same areas that are getting hit today. Let me explain what is setting up. There is a strong upper-level low-pressure system diving into the Gulf of Mexico by this Friday. At the same time, Arctic air is going to be locked in place across the entire eastern United States. When that Gulf moisture tries to move north into that Arctic air, we are talking about a potential major ice storm or snowstorm for the deep south and southeast. Here is what the models are showing. The European model has moisture bubbling up in the Gulf by Friday morning. It does not make it to Texas initially, but connects farther east. Then it drops an aggressive-looking clipper from the north and tries to phase together with the Gulf low. The result? Several inches of snow all the way down to central South Carolina by Sunday morning. The GFS model has a different solution, but still shows winter weather potential. It is slower to develop the system, but eventually brings significant moisture off the Gulf Coast while cold air remains in place. The Canadian model is most aggressive, bringing a major ice storm to Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia next Saturday into Sunday. Now here is the key. The ensemble models, which average 51 different scenario runs, are showing a strong signal. The European ensemble has a 2 to 4 inch mean snowfall across the southeast and mid-Atlantic for next Sunday. That is not a guarantee of snow amounts, but it tells us the pattern strongly supports a significant winter weather event. Let me be very clear about what this means for specific cities. If this trend continues, New Orleans could see its first significant winter weather in years next Saturday. You would be looking at a mix of sleet and freezing rain starting Saturday afternoon and lasting through Sunday morning. Baton Rouge, same timeline with potential for ice accumulation. Jackson, Mississippi, the models are hinting at a potentially crippling ice storm for you next Saturday night into Sunday. We are talking about the possibility of 1/2 to 1 inch of ice if this sets up correctly. That would cause catastrophic power outages. Birmingham, Alabama, you are right in the crosshairs for significant ice as well. The timing would be Saturday evening through Sunday afternoon, Mobile, Alabama, and Pensacola, Florida. You could see your first winter weather event in years if the southern track verifies. Montgomery, Alabama is in the danger zone for major ice. Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, you would see significant winter weather as well. Atlanta, if you thought today was bad, next weekend could be worse, depending on how this sets up. Columbia, South Carolina, the European ensemble is showing you in the bullseye for potential snow next Sunday. We are talking about the possibility of several inches if the track is right. Charleston, you could even see some winter weather depending on how far south the system tracks. Savannah, Georgia, same situation. Charlotte, Raleigh, Greensboro, you would all be in line for accumulating snow again if this verifies. Virginia cities like Richmond and Norfolk could see their second significant snow in a week. Even Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Philadelphia could be impacted again depending on the northern extent of the system. Now, I want to address something important. Some of you are thinking, why are you telling us about a storm that is 7 days away when models change all the time? Here is why. The pattern is undeniable. We have Gulf moisture, Arctic air in place, and upper-level dynamics that strongly support a winter weather event. While the exact track and timing will change over the next few days, the ingredients are there. This is not about creating hype. This is about giving you advance notice so you can prepare. If you used all your supplies during today's storm, you need to know to restock this week. If you are planning travel next weekend, you need to know this is a possibility. If you are a business owner, you need to start thinking about potential closures again. Let me give you a day-by-day breakdown of what to watch this week. Monday, we will start to see better model agreement on whether this system develops. Tuesday and Wednesday, the models will begin to converge on a track. Thursday, we should have high confidence on whether this is going to happen and where. Friday, we will know the exact timing and impacts for your specific location. Here is my advice for the week. Today through Tuesday, focus on recovering from this current storm. Make sure you have power, your pipes did not freeze, and your family is safe. Wednesday, start monitoring forecasts closely for next weekend. Thursday, if the trends continue, begin restocking supplies. Friday, finalize all preparations. Do not wait until Saturday. For those of you in the Deep South who rarely see winter weather, pay extra attention this week. If this second storm develops, it could be more impactful for you than the current one because you will still be recovering and may have depleted supplies. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, I'm talking to you specifically. Let me give you some additional cities that could be impacted by this second system. Shreveport, Louisiana, you could see your first significant ice event in years. Monroe, Louisiana, same situation. Alexandria, Louisiana, potential for major ice. Lake Charles, you are far enough south that you would likely stay rain, but the line will be close. Hattiesburg, Mississippi, potential for significant ice next Saturday night. Meridian, Mississippi in the danger zone. Tupelo, Mississippi could see heavy ice or snow depending on the track. Greenville, Mississippi, you are in play for winter weather as well. Dothan, Alabama, potential for winter weather if the southern track verifies. Auburn, Alabama, likely sees winter weather regardless of track. Anniston, Alabama, in the bullseye for potential ice or snow. Florence, Alabama, northern areas almost certainly see winter weather. Macon, Georgia, you are right on the line again, just like today. Augusta, Georgia, potential for significant winter weather. Valdosta, Georgia, you could even see some winter weather if this tracks far enough south. Columbus, Georgia, definitely in play for impacts. Aiken, South Carolina, potential for significant winter weather. Sumter, South Carolina, same situation. Florence, South Carolina, could see winter weather. Myrtle Beach, this would be a rare winter weather event for you if it happens. Fayetteville, North Carolina, you would likely see accumulating snow if this system develops. Wilmington, North Carolina, potential for winter weather along the coast. Greenville, North Carolina, in line for winter weather. Asheville, North Carolina, you would see significant snow regardless of the exact track. Now let me talk about what makes this potential second storm different from today's storm. Today's storm is a classic setup with moisture from the Gulf meeting Arctic air. The system is progressive, meaning it moves through relatively quickly. The second potential storm has a different look. It could be more of a phased system where northern and southern energy come together. When you get phasing, storms tend to be stronger and slower moving. That means heavier precipitation rates and longer duration. For winter weather, that translates to higher accumulations. If we get a true phase of northern and southern stream energy next weekend, we could be looking at a more significant event than what is happening today. The other factor is the cold air. By next weekend, we will have had Arctic air in place for over a week. The ground will be frozen solid. Any precipitation that falls will stick immediately. During today's storm, some southern areas had ground temperatures above freezing initially, which limited ice accumulation. Next weekend, that will not be a factor. Here is something else to consider. Today's storm is impacting the South, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast. The second potential storm could impact the same areas. That means cities that are dealing with ice and snow today could see it again in 7 days. Infrastructure will already be strained. Road crews will be exhausted. Salt supplies will be depleted in some areas. Let me give you some specific concerns by region for the potential second storm. For the Deep South, the concern is ice. If this sets up as a freezing rain event, we could see catastrophic ice accumulation because the duration could be longer than today. For the Southeast, it depends on the track. A southern track means ice. A northern track means snow. Either way, significant impacts are possible. For the Mid-Atlantic, you could be looking at your second major snowstorm in a week. That is a lot of snow to deal with in a short time. Roof loads become a concern. Snow removal becomes difficult because there is nowhere to put it all. For the Northeast, same issues as the Mid-Atlantic, plus the fact that you are already buried from today's storm. Now I want to give you some preparation tips specific to having 2 major winter storms in 1 week. First, conserve your supplies from this storm if possible. If you did not lose power today, save your batteries and candles for next weekend, just in case. Second, check your generator now while you can still get it serviced if needed. Do not wait until Friday. Third, if you used all your firewood during this storm, order more immediately. Demand will spike later in the week if this second storm looks likely. Fourth, make sure your vehicle is fully fueled by Thursday at the latest. Gas stations can run out quickly before major storms. Fifth, if you have any medical appointments or essential travel planned for next weekend, start thinking about rescheduling now. Sixth, Check on elderly neighbors and family members. If they struggled during this storm, they will need help preparing for another one. 7th, if you lost any supplies during this storm, like flashlights or batteries, replace them midweek, not at the last minute. 8th, take photos of any damage from this storm now for insurance purposes before another storm hits. 9th, if you have any outdoor furniture or decorations that you did not secure for this storm, do it this week. 10th, clear your gutters and downspouts this week if possible. Ice dams from the first storm could make the second storm worse for your roof. Let me address some specific situations. If you are a healthcare worker, talk to your employer this week about staffing plans for next weekend. If you are a truck driver, communicate with your dispatcher about this potential storm. If you are a teacher, be prepared for possible school closures again next week. If you are a retail worker, stock up on personal supplies midweek before the rush. If you are a parent, start thinking about childcare backup plans for next week. If schools close again, you need to be ready. If you are a pet owner, make sure you have enough pet food and medications to last through next weekend. If you are a farmer or rancher, check on your livestock plans for extreme cold continuing through next week. Now here is what I need you to do right now. Comment below with your city and state. I will respond with your specific forecast for both today's storm and the potential storm next weekend. I am going through every single comment to give you personalized information. This is not automated. I am personally reading and responding to help you prepare. Second, share this video with anyone you know in the affected areas. The more people who have advance warning, the better. Third, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. I will be updating you throughout the week as this second storm potential evolves. Fourth, check back tonight for an update on today's storm and tomorrow for the first detailed look at next weekend. Let me give you some final thoughts on both storms. Today's storm is a historic event. The combination of ice, snow, and extreme cold is impacting 70 million people. The travel impacts will last for days. The power outages could last a week in some areas. This is a dangerous, life-threatening situation that is still ongoing. The potential second storm is not guaranteed, but the pattern strongly supports it. If it develops as models suggest, it could be equally significant or even worse for some areas. The key difference is that we have advance warning this time. Use that to your advantage. Prepare now. Do not wait. For those of you in areas that rarely see winter weather, I cannot stress enough how important it is to take this seriously. Ice storms are particularly dangerous because they are deceptive. It looks beautiful on the trees until the power goes out and roads become skating rinks. Respect the weather. Stay home if possible. No job or appointment is worth risking your life. For those in the Northeast dealing with heavy snow, remember that heart attacks from snow shoveling are a leading cause of death during winter storms. Take breaks, stay hydrated, ask for help if you need it, and please check on your neighbors, especially the elderly. The extreme cold following these storms is equally dangerous. Hypothermia can set in quickly. Frostbite can occur in minutes with these wind chills. If you must go outside, dress in layers. Cover all exposed skin. Limit your time outdoors. I want to end with this. We are living through a historic weather pattern. 2 significant winter storms in 1 week is rare for the areas being impacted. But we will get through this together. By sharing information, helping neighbors, and preparing properly, we can minimize the impacts. Stay safe, stay warm, and I will talk to you again tonight with updates. Do not forget to comment your location for your personalized forecast. God bless.